There's power in proximity, and when you get around people who are doing things and people who are ahead of you, that's how you level up, and that's what we're doing today. We're running the one-day real estate mastermind. We have 50 real estate investors coming from all over the country. You have to be in a room that is ready to level you up. That's what everyone's here to do, is level up. So excited to have you guys here. Let's go. You are who you hang out with, and your network equals your net worth. I also wanted to share someone who's been inspirational in my journey. Started with single family flipping. I was like, dude, this guy seems cool. I want to reach out to see if I can add value to him and maybe build a relationship. Cool dude, we just got on the phone, connected. Someone who's been an example of massive success, and I'm always looking for people who are doing more than what I'm doing so I can connect with them. Always remember, success leaves clues. That's why you come to an event like this, because you can find someone who has a blueprint and you say, all right, what's their blueprint? What's their level of success? How can I tap into that and model that? So Gideon is the managing principal of the GSH Group, over $1 billion in assets. We're just gonna ask him a couple of questions, get some of his feedback on what's going on, what to expect in 2025.
I'm the CEO and managing partner of the GSH Group. We're a multifamily owner, operator, syndicator. I started in single family. I bought one house and then we bought two houses, and we did that over and over and over. And before we knew it, we had an operation where we were buying and selling about 20 to 30 houses a month, done about 3,000 single family home flips. My wife and I took what we learned, transitioned that into multifamily because it was a trader business. It was all ordinary income. I wasn't benefiting from the tax benefits of real estate. We packaged up our skill set and decided to go into multifamily. Upfront cash, passive income, capital growth, as well as tax benefits. I'm a syndicator, which means that I raise money from accredited investors. So my partners and I put in our own money and also let investors invest alongside us. Over the last 7 years, we raised about $400 million of equity from investors and bought about 8,000 apartment units, sold some, and are excited for the next wave, the next market cycle.
You said you're excited about 2025.
Yeah.
So why should we all be excited about 2025 and real estate investing as a whole?
Markets are cyclical. They come up and then they come down, and they come up and they come down, and we're coming out of a down market. We're coming out of a trough. When interest rates go up, cap rates go up too. And when cap rates go up, real estate values go where? Down. We're basically in a period of time where real estate values have been compressed, probably about 20% across the country, because the Fed just announced they've lowered their rate and they're going to start lowering rates again. That means that we're coming out of this phase of the real estate cycle. So as interest rates start coming down, we're going to start seeing some organic appreciation. If you can execute on business plans like Tony and Andrea do on a daily basis, where you're creating value through enhancing the property and good, efficient management, you're also going to have organic growth just from interest rates coming down. So it's probably the best time to buy in at least 5 years, if not more.
GSH has to evaluate deals differently because you have investors' returns to meet. I think there's a deeper level of mindset that goes into that. You're not just investing for yourself, but there are people who are putting their life savings with you guys. I mean, that's a major responsibility. What are 2 or 3 things that you look for in a deal?
I would say, what's the story here? Who owns it? Why are they selling it? Why am I so lucky to be getting it? Where are the replacement tenants coming from? Because usually the people who are there, a good amount of those people aren't staying. Where are the kids going to school? What's the crime score look like? How close is it to national retail? National retail is a great indicator of a place where you want to buy or you don't want to buy. Depending on your asset class, what your strategy is. I did a lot of deals in Detroit. I've done a lot of C-class stuff. I want to have my plan, and then I want to validate my plan. Validation is the most important thing. Are people actually paying that much for comparable type units and proving out what your spreadsheet says in Excel?
You're also a stoic guy. No alcohol, no caffeine. You're a very dialed in individual. How important is daily habits and that discipline for success running a massive company like you're doing?
I have a morning routine. I know what the priorities for the day are because it comes to me when I'm sitting quietly. How important is that? So we have a $1 billion portfolio. We have massive debt. I got into variable rate debt on some of the properties that we purchased in 2021. Q4 of last year to Q1 of this year, I was negotiating with a lender for $400 million worth of a loan modification. When interest rates go up by 500 basis points, 5% on $400 million, we need to negotiate and go to the lender and say, hey, look, we have a choice here. You can either take the property back, which they don't want, or we can renegotiate these terms. I was able to get through that with a general level of calm, go home, detach, be a good father to my children, be a good husband to my wife, because I have this program, this daily habit of centering myself. And so having that as a routine and a habit before stuff hit the fan was super important for when it it did.
If you had to look back in time, knowing what you know now, what are some of the lessons and battle scars you've learned along the way that you could look back and you're like, if I would have known this in the beginning, it would have saved me some time, energy, finances, things like that?
I think that in the beginning, I wanted to believe that everything was going to work out. You want to believe, but you got to investigate. I try to stay cautiously optimistic. Trust but verify. So if you find a deal and you think it really makes sense, a big lesson I learned in my single family days was don't trust a contractor. I have to send myself or somebody that I trust that works for me to validate that everything's moving along in a construction project. What kills a project that has heavy construction is time, cost overruns, and if you're not on that site on a regular basis, you're going to have extra time and cost overruns, and that'll kill the project.
How do you verify? How do you trust? Especially because you guys don't do in-house management, right? How do you trust the managers? How do you trust the team, especially at the scale you're at?
As I came up over the last 20 years, probably within the first 10 years, I had a pretty big ego and I didn't want to ask for help. I wanted to believe that I could just figure it all out on my own. Now, good lessons learned, but a lot of pain if I had just asked for help. Be comfortable asking for help. Be comfortable asking for advice. Be okay partnering up if you just don't think you can get it done. Be willing to give up a piece of the pie if you don't think you're an expert in it yet. Learn from that experience and then eventually you'll be able to do it on your own.
The smartest person in the room is the one who's willing to say, I don't know this, but I want to learn and grow, and it's inspiring to hear that. If I do maybe want to raise capital, $400 million, how do I get someone to trust me to invest capital with me? What are some key things we need to know about raising other people's capital to come do a deal?
I think that it'll be very difficult to raise substantial capital without a track record. People may see what I have done now or what I've got now, but they don't see the last 18 years of like successes and screw ups all along the way. 18 years later, I've got 6,000 units, right? There were times when I had 0 units and I was just flipping houses. You build up a track record of a couple houses, you do it over time, and if you're impatient, then build a team that has the track record. I pulled in a property management company that managed 15,000 apartment units that looked like the apartment units that I going out trying to buy. And I could go to capital and say, together we'll be successful, and that was enough to kind of make it happen. I'm always chasing after myself in 5 years, would be like, oh my God, dude, you did it. Just remember that 5 years goes like that. And the amount that we can accomplish in just a very short period of time, like 5 years, is amazing. So don't worry about where we are today. I try to practice gratitude and contentment with where I am today. Have an outsized goal for 5 years from now, try and detach from the outcome and just what can I do today to be a little bit better than yesterday? And you'll be amazed what you can do.
We can only measure success going backwards. One last quick thing with that, sacrifice. Any thoughts on that? The entrepreneurial sacrifice, how you can persevere through the dark and challenging times as a business owner.
As I wanted to become a better person and a better version of myself, I had to give up saying yes to everything. I couldn't be everything to all people, and so I needed to stay centered and surround myself with people who had similar goals. You're gonna be who you're spending your most time around. We're all human. None of us are perfect, but like even now, I know there are days when I don't have enough time for everything, and I gotta get up at 4 to catch up, to center myself, but to do what I gotta do. I gotta sacrifice some of the things that I feel like I deserve to accomplish what I really want in life.
Success is more about what you say no to than what you always say yes to. Dude, we know you're a busy man. We appreciate you being here.
I love to pay it forward, continue supporting Tony. I think what he's doing is awesome and he really cares about helping people. That's why I really appreciate him and Andrea.
Guys, thank you. Gideon Pepper. All right, guys, so thank you so much for being here in this video. We're wrapping up. We're going to have a great dinner here. Thank you, as always, so much for being here. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe on the YouTube video. As always, grab my free real estate investing masterclass link below. You can learn from a live seminar we've done like this for absolutely free. Grab my book, The New Rules to Financial Freedom. It sells for $19 on Amazon. Click the link below. Gonna go enjoy the night. Talk soon. Thanks.